Hello, hello, everyone. It is B with the B code, and I am back at you again with another video. First of all, as usual, I like to say thank you to all my subscribers and those of you who watch my content. Please do not hesitate to hit the thumbs up or thumbs down button and subscribe if Spirit puts it in your heart to do so. So, you know me, I was out there in these YouTube streets just a few minutes ago, and I came across a what I'm going to call a Lapeef Network short. And it had to do with two of the panelists, a female and a male. They kind of got into a disagreement or a confrontation due to the female feeling disrespected, and she stood up for herself. She wasn't going to allow it. I have to say, personally, as a woman over 40 with a massive load of life experience, I'm going to have to take this woman's side. And of course, I'm going to explain to you why, right? Because I never give my opinion without explaining why. Not saying that my opinion is the all to be all, or I think my opinion is everything. Like I said, a woman over 40 with a massive amount of life experience, I think I have something to contribute to this conversation. So, I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen so that everyone that watches can understand and know exactly what I'm referencing to. So let's see, which one do I want? This one. Okay, here we go. So the title of it is Anton Kicks Woman Off Panel After She Goes Off on Hink for Being Cheap. Okay, this is a Lapeef Network. I'm not going to play the video. I'm just going to listen to it, have you guys listen to it. I know Lapeef doesn't mind me using his content because I've done it before and I've never had an issue with it. He's never posed an issue with it. So first, I'd like to say thank you to the Lapeef Network, Lapeef Jr., for allowing me to use your content. You know, I love you guys. I love your content. I like your panelists. I like what's being said. And of course, you know, I've taken a liking to Anton. I just haven't, watched the Lapeef Network in a while. And for some odd reason, his content just, popped up on my YouTube timeline again. And, I clicked on it and I said, let me listen, because Anton usually doesn't kick women off of panels. So I was like, let me see what's going on here. I do see some new beautiful Black women on here. I see some new gentlemen on here. So I just really kind of wanted to take a peek and take a listen and see what was going on. So, as you can tell by the title of this video, um, I'm just going to give it to y'all 100 on what women of today and women of my age perceive and know the current meaning of a coffee date, right? Now I'm gonna have some females and some males disagree with me. I might enlighten some females to where the coffee dates are probably going to be off from now on. Hopefully, you guys really listen and take heed to the definition of a coffee date. right? Like I said, people are not going to agree. They're still going to, take the coffee date. But once I tell you what a coffee date is, you're probably not going to, you're going to be suspicious of that coffee date, right? So the confrontation that ensued was with Ali Dreams one and Hink, the, I don't know, what is it, the basement, I don't know, the basement guy. Doesn't really say much. But first of all, before I get started, I want to bring to everyone's attention of Hink's background. And in his background, he has the CD or the, I don't know if it's a CD, I don't know if it's a tape, I don't know what it is, but it's NWA, niggas with attitudes, right? So right there, that is telling me that a woman that just is not a black male worshiper is not going to have a good time on this panel with Hink. A woman that is sure of herself, confident, has standards, stands in her womanhood, and stands firm on her beliefs, knows who she is, knows what she wants and what she doesn't want, it's not going to have a productive conversation with Hink, the nigga with an attitude, in his mom's basement, or I don't know, his grandma's basement or his dad's basement, whoever basement he's in, as a grown man. Second of all, um, y'all gonna hate me for this, but I'm just gonna say it. Ali Dreams right now on this panel is the most beautiful. Like I said, we're gonna keep it 100. I'm not gonna ever give y'all a video where I'm not gonna keep it 100, especially with my opinions, because it's going to um, contribute to the reason for me giving my opinion about Mr. Hank here. So she's the most beautiful on the panel. She's in shape. She has beautiful skin. Her hair is real. She's of a light skin, texture. I don't want to say texture, but she's light skin. Obviously, she's mixed, but she's a black woman, and you'll hear her say that I'm a black woman. So, with that being said, you have and listen. When I listen to it, of course, she's a financially independent woman. Um, she did express on here how she has her nice car and her designer clothing. So this is a woman that is really invested in her own life and has done it on her own, which she's standing in her power as an independent woman who probably got it out the mud, right? So we all know that Black men are very much so intimidated by this, and not so much intimidated by the fact that she has it. They're intimidated by the fact that a man didn't give it to her, or she isn't where she is because of a man. When in all actuality, none of us get to where we are by ourselves. There's always men, women, family, and friends that have contributed to our success. But when you're speaking in terms, or when you're dealing with an insecure man, they don't see these things. You see, just because we don't say, oh, I had kids before I went to college, and my family babysat my son, and my friend, she picked my kid up from school sometimes so that I can attend college. um, the wonderful daycare center I found to watch my kids while I went to work after school. You know, the people that had, after I finished college, the white man, white woman, black man, or Hispanic man, Hispanic woman, or whoever it was, Filipino, whoever that interviewed me and gave me the position, you know, just because we're not saying this, we all know that as a collective, there is a lot of people that have contributed to our success. And the way we show our appreciation is that we stand in that. We continue to be successful. We make correct decisions. We get standards for ourselves because we want to make the people who helped us to where we are, we want to make them proud. We want to let them see that thank you. And for as far as me giving back, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to make you look good by doing what it is I know I'm supposed to be doing, right? So, but insecure men, they don't see this. They don't see that, oh, yes, I got it out the mud, but they don't see the fact that we didn't do it by ourselves. We had a whole society of people rooting for us and helping us. Even the haters helped us. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no haters. You know what I'm saying? You need that motivation too. You need the motivation from haters too in order to, gain your success. But anyway, let's get into this. So I'm just going to let it play for a minute so that you can listen and hear what happened. But I am going to stop in between so that I can give you my opinion on what is going on. But I want to first have you introduced into how the confrontation ensued. Oh my God. I was like, whoo, okay, here we go. Let me pull this up. I was excited. I was like, yeah, Lapeef, okay, let's do this. Okay, here we go.
And also, there's a man that, on the brink of getting some money, like maybe hitting 6 figures, just touching it, and they want to rent downtown. They want to lease a car just so they can have an influx of women or an influx of popularity, and it's not really building any type of, I hate to say it, generational wealth, which is, everybody's saying it, but that's really what it is. What type of legacy are you leaving behind if you rent and you leave but you're a baller? Like, come on, let's think smart. So I love men who don't flaunt it, who save their money, who wait till I come around. I'm like, okay, babe, I know you've been saving, you up to $1 million. We can go to the Gucci store. We can go shopping a little bit, just a little. And then, we can upgrade together. I don't like a flashy guy because usually they don't have all of that. That's why they're flashing.
Another lie being told by these ladies. Please.
We really want to know what the lie. I mean, you got to give context. If you're going to insult us, give us some context.
I'm talking to you, Shantae. I'm not worried about what these chicks are talking about.
Now, we all know that this is not lies. We all know that, we correlate flashy with really don't have it when we're on the outside looking in, right? Because, I'm not the type of female, I don't keep up with men's clothing. I don't keep up with the latest car. I don't even know right now what a 2023 car looks like. I can only tell a car is old, like if I see an old Benz from the TV show Heart to Heart, or you see an old Cadillac, or you know what I'm saying, something like that, or maybe a classic. So I don't know. As far as men clothes, I couldn't tell you what a Gucci suit is. I can't tell you what a Versace suit is. I really can't tell you. Gator shoe, I don't know they snake skin, until I see the shoes. I don't know what kind. The only time I really know designer is if I see the label, if you can clearly see Gucci, or if you can clearly see the Louis print, or otherwise I don't know. But I do know a well-dressed man when I see one, right? But I'm saying that to say, when she's saying that flashy men usually don't have it, I'm going to say maybe we'll go 50-50. Half the times he don't, and half the time he does. But when you're on the outside looking in, you can never really tell. Because men hide their finances very well. And, they do pull out, old clothes or old expensive clothes that when they were doing well, they'll pull it out to, meet potential victims, so that, to impress a woman. Just like, he could be broke, but he didn't want to pawn his jewelry. He could be getting by. And if he feels like he needs to go out and catch a few female tricks, he gonna lay it on thick. He gonna put his gold on. He gonna put his rings on. He gonna put his most expensive old suit out the closet and his most expensive nice looking shoes, and he gonna dress up for the trick catching, right? As an older woman, like I said, you're not dealing with. I'm not 26. I'm not 38. I'm in my 40s. So, like I said, I have a massive amount of life experience, especially when it comes to men. Not saying that I've dated a whole lot of men, but like I always say in my videos, I pay attention and I listen, and I listen to men and women's experiences. So therefore, I've soaked up a lot of game along the years. So yeah, she's right. A lot of times when you find flashy men, they really don't have it. And looking good while you're doing bad. No wrong with that, right? So he may not have a whole lot of money, but he still likes to look nice. Sometimes you can't pull a man away from that nice looking character he is, irregardless of what his pockets are looking like. Especially if those are the only types of clothes that he has in his closet, he can't help but looking flashy. So I'm gonna give him that too, right? It doesn't mean he's a bad man. It doesn't mean he's a good man. It just means he's a man that, likes to look good in his appearance. Like I said, irrespective of what's in his pockets. So that right there was the number one thing that rubbed Hank in the wrong way. He got defensive. You know what I'm saying? And see, what men like to do is they like to speak for all men, but you can't speak for all men. They like to speak for all men, but then they don't want to be grouped in a category with all men, because if we group them in a category with all men, then like I said in my video yesterday, then y'all all some Pookie Ray Rays and Dirty Dick Rodneys, right? But when it comes to certain aspects of life and disagreements and what somebody says, they want to speak for all men. What Ali Dreams One was saying, or what she said, was not a lie. That is the truth, okay? Whether it's 50-50, 70-30, you know what I'm saying, 80-20. We do have a lot of dressed up broke dudes out here. Anyway, let's continue.
Hey, you don't date men though. These are our real life experiences, and
I know they are. I know
these
what type
are in
of
our
dudes
friends and family experiences.
I've seen those type of dudes. I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Hey, why you gotta be so aggressive?
Can I tell you something? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're so silly. I've seen guys. I have a network of guys who I feel are very successful men, and I would even say that some of them, I think it has to be a balance. I don't think, unless you're talking about a gold digger who just doesn't care, you're talking about a woman who you have a connection with. I think that they are both kind of important. I mean, amongst other things, obviously, but because I know some great guys who have money and they just cannot get a woman. And I'm talking about, these are good guys, and they are, when I say good, I mean,
oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all. We're gonna have these commercials coming in here. That's why I'm really not using his content, because he has ads on it. But here we go.
Meaning they're nice guys, but they're not getting women. They have great jobs, like great jobs. So it's just like, I think it just depends on the woman. You have women who they see money first, and it's like, oh, it's all about the money, and I don't care about anything else is the money. And then you have people who are like, you know what? Like, I think it was, what's your name, Balancing? I don't have my glasses. Probably would never wear them. But anyway, Balancing was kind of saying how, it's more things, more compartments. Obviously, money is important. And I feel like the more money you have, maybe the less attractive as far as physical you can be. Doesn't mean you can be ugly. Just means you can be a little less attractive, okay? Because we have the sexual, you have to have a sexual connection with the guy, right? So I think that that's the case, but does it mean you have to be this rich guy? Most men are not rich. Most married men are not rich guys, and they have successful marriages. So I just think it depends on, I think that it sounds so crazy because it just depends on the woman. Some women care, some women don't care. Some women are, it's just per woman.
I think that's like the starting point. Like, when y'all say she got to look nice or so, just the starting point. You got to be a little attractive and you got to be able to afford a date. You can't be offering a woman a coffee date or a meet up at your crib. You got to be able.
I take coffee dates.
Nothing wrong with a coffee date.
I take coffee dates.
Well, I personally, I like a little more intention and effort from a
I
man.
get
And
it.
I
agree.
let me finish. Hold up. Let me finish, y'all, because I know y'all gonna get on me. And I like it when you get on me because
I
listen,
bet you do.
you know what, Hank? We gonna fight after this.
We'll
But let me
have
tell you.
something more when you need it.
Let me tell you something. Okay, when you're attractive, you attract everything. And the way that I weed out people is I don't do coffee dates because that tells me that you probably are dating multiple women and you have a dating budget.
Bingo.
And you're trying to fit me in that. And you don't feel like I'm good enough for an hour or two of conversation over a meal and drinks because you haven't taken the time to vet my mind and my heart. You talked to me 2 times. You text me 2 times. You haven't even called me. This is how I vet men because if you can't sit with me for 2 hours, that means you haven't vetted me properly enough to know that I'm deserving of so much more. And even so, I don't take myself on coffee dates. So why the hell would I allow a man to
That
take
could
me
be the
somewhere that
problem. You like
no,
you got-
hold up. Let me finish.
Because-
Because
Let me finish, all right? Because
Let
men
me
need to
finish.
talk.
Let me finish because I'm only drinking coffee so I can stay awake because I've probably been, doing things all night, like taking care of a household. So when I'm going to work, I'm getting a cup of coffee. It's jittery. It's giving me work vibes. It's giving me an interview. And I need intimacy. I need to get to know you in an intimate way where you're being vulnerable. And can you
What
really
if
be?
you run into him during lunch period? Like,
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing
No,
it.
y'all-
I'm not
y'all
doing
let
it
her finish.
today. I'm not
Let her
doing
get it
it.
on.
Yes, let her finish.
Yeah, I'm not allowing the man to fit
Yeah.
me in his schedule very quickly because I am something to attain and I'm something that you really want to get to know and see if I'm on your team or not. And you can't really do that over a jittery coffee and a coffee day where someone's studying next to me, someone's in a business meeting. It's not my cup of tea. I don't knock women who do it. Because y'all want to just get through it real quick. Y'all want to give them 30 minutes. And I'm not going to get in my my luxury vehicle, put on my designer clothes, even though that's nothing to me. Hold up. That's nothing to me because I'll give it all away in a minute for the right. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing to me. But I'm just saying I'm not doing that
That's a
to
lie.
go and meet you at Starbucks or some little quaint coffee place that you done looked up on Google. If you can't take me to a 5-star Michelin restaurant or someplace nice, at least you can research, even if you want to do free. If you're on a budget, you can do a free museum. I might meet you there. But you ain't going to take me for no coffee and a Danish.
Okay, so you guys heard that, right? What I said in the beginning was she's the most beautiful one on the panel, right? She has standards. She has her own money. Let me tell you guys, because I don't like keeping people in suspense. I don't like keeping people waiting. If you want to find out the real reason for a coffee date, go ahead. Go ahead and give it to you, and then I'm gonna continue my commentary on the video. But I want to give y'all my definition or the definition of a coffee date. A coffee date is let's meet up at this coffee place to see if we like each other enough to go fuck. That's what a coffee date is. I'm going to say it again. A coffee date is a brief meeting between a man and a woman or whoever the hell is meeting up for the coffee. It's a brief meeting to see if you are attracted to each other enough or you like each other enough to go fuck. That's what a coffee date is. Okay. Like I said, I agree with this woman 100%. You do not allow a man to take you out to coffee. Another thing that she said about coffee dates was, it gives me you do a lot of dating and your dating budget is small. So you want to take a female to into your dating schedule and your budget to see if she is going to be on your get fucked team. Excuse my language, but I give it to you. You know how I feel. That's what a coffee date is. And I kind of wanted to do another video on, these when you're dating a man who, doesn't want to take you out to somewhere nice. It means that he's dating multiple women. You understand what I'm saying? So when he offers to take you to take you out for coffee, I mean, nigga, I got the best coffee in the kitchen, Folgers. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a person that I get up every single morning and drink coffee. Why the fuck would I want to get up, take a shower, put on my makeup, gel my braids, gel my edges with my edge control, get into my car, and then go meet somebody for coffee? No, we're not doing that. I can also understand men not wanting to spend so much on a date because, hey, it might not work out. Or I may never see this woman again. Or how Sugar Free says she's looking for a meal. You understand what I'm saying? We do have females out there like that. We do have a lot of females out here that they do date a lot of men because they like being taken out to expensive places, but they never decide to choose up. They want to be free, but they'll go ahead and take that expensive date. So like I said, I'm seeing both sides. I'm giving it to you in different aspects. However, the problem is that these men are out here and they're dating too many women, and they're not dating to choose a woman. They're dating because they're looking for women to put on their fuck you, I'm gonna fuck you team, my fuck team. That's why they are dating these women. So these men need to learn how to what is the purpose of your dating? Are you dating because you're looking for a woman? Are you dating because you're looking for a wife? Are you dating because you're looking for some more fuck buddies? And 9 times out of 10, it's because they're looking for some more fuck buddies. They might be fitting this little coffee date into their schedule because they're at work and they got to be home to their woman and kids, or their wife and kids. But like I said, they're interviewing, like she said, it gives me interview vibes, like you're interviewing me for your fuck team, right? So she was not wrong in what she was saying. And these other women on the panel, I'm not going to say that they're dumb. I'm just going to say that maybe they're naive to what a coffee date is. And like I said, ask a lot of older women what a coffee date is. A coffee date is, I want to meet you to see if you want to fuck me right now so we can, head on out. That's what that is. So Ali Dreams 1, not accepting a coffee date, she is exactly right. See, here's the thing. You don't have to always go out with a man at night. He can offer to take you to lunch. If you don't have such a big budget, or you don't want to spend, $200-$300 on a 5-star restaurant right off the bat, take her to a nice little place for lunch that you haven't taken any other woman to, right? But we know you men, you have a lot of spots that you like to take all your women to. You know what I'm saying? The Starbucks around the corner from your house, or the Starbucks down the street from your job. You know what I'm saying? Or you have restaurants that you frequent that you bring your little females to, so it can make you feel like big man on campus when you go into these restaurants every other week with a beautiful woman, and the people that see you there are like, oh, this man gets a lot of bitches and this, that, and the third, and you know, he's a big spender, or you know what I'm saying, or this is where he brings his women to trick them and all this kind of bullshit. A lot of stuff you can read a lot of stuff into what men are doing. However, the fact of the matter is that, like I said, these men are doing too much dating, and their dating budget is small. And then a lot of men don't feel the way men are thinking about women, especially Black women and Black men. The way that Black men are thinking about Black women, they don't think they worth a food stamp. Right? And these other women on this panel that are accepting a coffee date, it says a lot about your self-esteem, because I can sit at my kitchen table and have some coffee while I have a conversation on the phone with you to get to know a little bit about your personality. Right? So that's where the 2 phone calls come in at. The 2 phone calls come in with him trying to see if he likes your personality. What topics, you know, what are your views on certain topics? How's your attitude? How's your demeanor on the phone? You know, do I want to take it to the next level? Because a date is the next level, and it ain't no fucking coffee date. So I agree with her 100%. She has standards. She's like, hold up, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. I'm not Susie the secretary. I do not do coffee dates. I am not a single mother of 4. I do not do coffee dates. I'm not looking for a daddy for my kids. I don't do coffee dates. Those are the kind of women that do coffee dates. The kind of women that are insecure about their looks, the kind of women that don't have standards, and I'm not saying all, and the kind of women that are self-conscious to where they're probably not getting a whole bunch of dates, and them not getting a whole lot of dates is taking a toll on their self-esteem. So they are happy with somebody offering to take them out to coffee. I mean, offering to take them out to anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Because they haven't learned self-love, and they haven't learned to take themselves out. Take yourself out, right? So they haven't snagged that husband, or they don't have that long-term relationship, and they don't have the looks of these Instagram females. They don't even have the looks of Miss Ali Dreams 1 right here. So, you know, their standards aren't high, and her standards are high. Okay, I have no issues with that. You understand what I'm saying? No issues with that. Now, I'm going to go back to letting you guys listen, because I want you to, now that I've given you what a coffee date really is, I'm going to go back into where the confrontation between these two ensued.
So go ahead.
Now, let me say something. Y'all ladies talk enough, man.
Go ahead.
God damn.
Go ahead.
So, men, I'm talking to you guys, because these type of chicks, that's what I be talking
That's why I
about.
wanted to
They
bounce
don't give a
back before you
goddamn
call.
about you. They don't give a shit about your black ass. Example 1, Ali. Don't want to go on a coffee date because I feel like I'm better than that. I'm too good for that. I'm not going to jump in my luxury.
Why would I
No,
go
no, no,
someplace I won't go by myself?
Allow me to
Because
speak.
you
I
invited
didn't
me.
interrupt you, ma'am.
Don't
Please
attack
allow
me.
me.
Don't attack me.
Please allow me to speak.
Let him finish.
So, okay, I'm not going to attack you personally, but women
Yeah,
like
because you
this.
sound like a misogynistic
like-
man.
Okay, thank you. Women like this is an example of what I'm talking about on a regular basis, but she's not the only one. Because she's dealing with Instagram dudes. That's the type of dude she's talking about. She want the money and the looks. Yeah, he gonna show y'all that, but he owns nothing. Matter of fact, he don't own the shirt on his back. But you'll get him because you think he's got the bag and he's got the nice looks and he's 5'11". Yeah, that's what the type of dudes you want, and that's cool. But
It
for
sounds
women
like
to
they
make
been
it-
hurt by a
Let me
beautiful
finish.
woman.
No, that's not the type of dude she wants. Instagram dudes are the ones that are trying to are the ones that are in your DM trying to take you out for coffee to meet up with you to see if you want to go have sex. Those are the dudes that she's trying to stay away from. This is why she set her standards so high so that it automatically cancels the coffee nigga out. You understand what I'm saying? See, when you know about standards, you know where to set them so that it X's out a whole group of niggas thinking that they have easy access to you. Right? She's very beautiful. She looks like she has no children. She carries herself in a classy way, and she's not going to be disrespected. Now, she was speaking in terms of the coffee date. This must be a coffee date ass nigga right here. He must be a coffee date. I want to see if you want to fuck type of dude right here. This is why he's so much on the defensive. He knows that what she is saying is 100% right. If you want a classy man, you set your standards at where the class starts, not where the ratchetness ends. Right? There's a fine line between where ratchet niggas end and classy niggas start. You know, there's a gap in there. You understand what I'm saying? Because that ratchet nigga still got that leap to take in order to get to some class. So he's used to ratchetness, doing ratchet things, going out looking for women that just want to have sex, you know, going and finding women, beautiful women, and destroying their self-esteem and destroying their confidence. See, this is what she's Xing out of the race or the game or her eyesights or them having their eyesights on her. Like, dude, you can only just look at my pictures, okay? That's all you can do. I'm sorry. You haven't reached the level of man that I'm looking for. You haven't reached the level of man where I've set my standards. So he knows that. But the fact of the matter is that he was looking for a way to take her down. And this is a gladiator motherfucker. This bitch is a gladiator, okay? She was not being taken down by a nigga with called Hink in the basement. No. I mean, just the name alone says ratchet. So he hasn't even reached that level of class yet. Because a man that has reached a level of class, he would have said, you know what, Miss Ali, I understand your point. And I know there are a lot of dudes out there that that do the coffee date, and I see that you're a beautiful woman and you set your standards higher than a coffee date, and I applaud you for that. But see, this is what she ended up saying, a Kevin Samuels Jr., who thinks that she needs to lower her standards and she needs to lower her self-esteem so that Hank in the basement with his niggas with an attitude display can ravish through her. No. Okay. Her looks don't say desperation to me. On the other hand, the other women on the panel, I'm sorry to say, their looks say desperation. Okay, I'm just gonna and let me explain to you why I'm saying that. Because if we go here with the dark chick with the funny looking glasses on and the short, you know, haircut, you understand what I'm saying? In the burgundy top, and she looks like she looks like a pick-me, and I'm sorry, and this is just my opinion. I think she's beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? I think she's beautiful, but on the level that Miss Ali is, she's not. I'm sorry. I'm not even on Miss Ali's level. I'm gonna give it to you 100. I'm fat. You know what I'm saying? I'm over 45. You understand what I'm saying? I got 4 beautiful kids. You know what I'm saying? I got a husband. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. I don't have no designer clothes. I ain't got no luxury. I ain't got none of that. So I'm not even on Miss Ali's level. But I'm the type of female that I understand where she's coming from. And I'm going to give her her props. So we have the, the dark skinned chick with the funny looking glasses on, trying to look like the wholesome, woman, the pick me, you know what I'm saying? Quiet, submissive looking. Honey, they're still not going to pick you. It doesn't matter. Right? Because if you were going to get picked, you'd be picked already. I don't know her, her life. I don't know her background. I don't know anything, but I just know that she hasn't come into her true womanhood. She hasn't come into her woman power. So then we have this little lady right here sitting next to Miss Ali. She's giving me the soul food, blue collar wife look. Remember the dark chick in Soul Food who had the blue collar man that went out and worked every day and she stayed home and took care of the kids? She's giving me that kind of vibe, right? So she's not matching up with Miss Ali's standards either. Like I said, I'll be the first one to talk about myself. You understand what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm not in the best shape as I used to be. Then we have the young lady that's sitting next to the lady that looks like, Miss Soul Food wife. She's heavy set. Okay. She has the light skin that men likes. Her hair appears to be real. But she's overweight. So men are not really looking at her seriously. If she lost some weight, she would probably be a little bit more appealing to men, but she looks like a pick-me also. Then we have the one up here in the blue sweater. She's giving me bougie dark chick vibes. You understand what I'm saying? She's giving me, I'm gonna give Hank his submissive behavior that he's looking for. I'm not gonna go too much in on Hank, or I'm not gonna go in on Hank because I'm the bougie girl with with the correct conversation and the correct way to approach a man and see what your brother wants. So yeah, she's not matching up with Miss Ali in all her bouginess either. So yeah, so these women are not, they're not matching up. Give me here, take two, because I usually keep my stuff for long periods of time. Anybody thinking okay, give it here, let me open it. So these women are having come into here, take two more. They haven't come into their full power as women, because they're still under the impression that if they behave in a way that pleases Black men, that they're going to have more respect for them than they would for Miss Ali, who is in her power. It's not so. It's not so. It's not true. A lot of these Black men have these, pick me, low self-esteem or half high self-esteem women on their panels with submissive looks and submissive speech and submissive dress, only to put them in the forefront as an example for how other women who want to please a Black man, or who wants to be accepted by this Black male misogynistic community, this is how we need you to present yourself, right? Miss Ali ain't having it. She's like, fuck you. I'll deal with the earth. Okay. I'll deal with what the earth brings to me. She said, my ancestors, the earth and a spirit, said to set my standards here. This is where they are. And I'm not bending them, or I'm not coming down on them for no one. Okay. Especially not a nigga in the basement. Okay. It is what it is. So he really, he's giving me, Dennis Sperling vibes. You know what I'm saying? He's giving me Dennis Sperling vibes. Like, nothing you do, or there's no amount of money that you have, or there's no way that you're going to present yourself that's going to make me respect you. right? And with that being said, there's no amount of submissiveness. There's no amount of not wearing makeup. There's no amount of short haircuts. There's no amount of no weaves. There's no amount of no wigs that is going to make these Black male misogynistic men respect you. They do not respect you. They do not respect anything that comes out of your mouth. They are viscerally, how do I want to say this? They are viscerally distraught that you are even on that panel, because as you can hear by what he said, let her finish, because the men need to talk. No, you're not on a panel with just men. You're on a panel with women. This tells me that he's not listening to what these women even have to say. He's just simply there to make them look bad, to try to take their power. He already sees that these other women around Miss Ali, he already sees they have no power. He already sees these bras, these chickens, these chicks, like he calls them, which means chick is short for chicken heads. These chicken heads don't you know what I'm saying? They don't know what they're talking about. But Miss Ali here, she has a strong voice. She has standards. She has her own luxury things. She knows what she wants. She is the one we need to extract power from. This is the woman we need to extract the power from. Like I said, he gives me a Dennis Sperling vibe. We're going to take your power and all this kind of bullshit. So you're actually wasting your time by being on a panel with this type of nigga with attitude in a motherfucker's basement. Okay. So first of all, if you are really in a basement, then you shouldn't be having relationship conversation anyway, because you aren't ready for a relationship. Right. Another thing I see light-skinnedness. Just gonna say it. I see light-skinnedness, right? He gets light-skinned. The guy above him is light-skinned. The woman next to balancing is light-skinned, right? But when we're using our eyes, the most beautiful one is Miss Ali. So I see a light-skinned intimidation coming from Mr. Hink. Of course, he has a gap in his teeth. I think his gap is beautiful, by the way. You understand what I'm saying? I think his teeth are beautiful. I think his gap is beautiful. It's what individualizes him. But I don't think Hink sees it that way. I think he spent too much time being misogynistic and focusing on women and what they're doing, instead of dealing with the things that make him insecure, which I know is that gap in his teeth. Boo, it can be fixed. Cardi B got her teeth fixed. What's her name? What's that singer's name? Keisha Cole got the gap in her teeth fixed. You understand what I'm saying? My mom had a gap in her teeth. My sister has a gap in her teeth. I think they were beautiful just the way they were. You have some people that won't even get rid of the gap. They're like, no, I'm not getting rid of the gap in my teeth. This is me. This is how I was born. This is how I'm going to present myself to the world. If you don't like it, then don't look at me when I smile or when I talk, right? But I think there's a light-skinnedness thing going on. He's intimidated. Hank is intimidated by Miss Ali's beauty. He can't say anything bad about her. She has her own money. She has her own home. Her hair is real. She's in shape. And she's just all around beautiful and confident. So I think, that's what he wants to take from her. And she ain't having it. She's like, you're not doing a takedown today, motherfucker. I don't care who you are. You're not my man. You're not my potential man. You're not going to weaken my forces to even be in my personal space aside from this panel. So you are not getting access to me. And this is what rubs him the wrong way, because in this male misogynistic Black community, they think they're supposed to have access to any woman they want to because they're a man. No, boo-boo. Even in traditional hood back in the day, in order for a man to get a woman, he had to have some money. He had to have a home. He had to have a car. He had to have a job. Right? So just off the strength of you being a man does not allow you access to women. And then if we fast forward it on till today, you probably might want to get rid of that gap in your mouth if you want a high value woman like Miss Ali. We're gonna call her a high value woman, okay? Which means for me, she highly values herself, and she's just not gonna let any old Joe Donut head in the basement have access to her. But anyway, that's enough of my rant. Let's go back and let's really hear how things go.
Woman.
I'm not-
It
I'm
sounds
not
like you're
directing-
being hurt by a beautiful woman.
I
And just
understand
because I'm beautiful doesn't mean that you can categorize me in the same category as that
You're
woman.
beautiful to somebody.
I have substance. Hold up.
No, you
I'm
don't,
beautiful
man.
to you too because that's why you
No, you're
targeting
not.
me.
Mhm.
I have to
No,
be beautiful because you're targeting me. You're
Because of the
targeting me.
For the love of
So
Stan,
yeah,
man.
while this commercial comes on, he is targeting her. He is targeting her. He's targeting her because, according to Dennis Sperling, she has power, and we need to take that power,
I have the right to think
or
and
they
feel
need to take that power.
after me.
Well, ma'am, can I
Because
finish?
you don't
Can
own
I finish,
nothing.
ma'am?
What do you
Can I finish?
own?
Can I finish?
What do you own
Can I finish, ma'am?
as a whole?
Can I finish, ma'am?
Because I want to know why you seem to put me in a category as some
Okay,
ratchet
you guys.
women
Ma'am, can I finish?
who use men.
Ma'am, can
No,
I
I'm
finish?
letting you.
I
I'm
didn't say
having a
nothing about
dialect
you
with you.
using
Go
men.
ahead. Go
I didn't
ahead.
say nothing about you using men. You're not the only
I'm
one.
not gonna allow you to
You're
say
not
to
the first.
degrade me.
But
That's
what
some
you are doing
dumbass
is
shit.
that.
That's what black men love. A lot of black men love to do. And you're not gonna do it today, but you can go ahead and talk about another woman. But I want to allow you to do it while I'm
I
sitting
understand.
here.
Again,
Go ahead.
this is the type of woman we're talking about. So we talk about the mental part. She doesn't bring peace, and like she just gave you.
Okay, she don't bring peace. Did he bring peace when he first started out? No, he started out his response by attacking her. She and the reason why I hit him so hard is because, like I said, he's that coffee nigga. He's that coffee or invite you to my basement ass nigga to see if you want to fuck. That's who he is. He has nothing to offer a woman. He doesn't have peace to offer a woman. Because a man that has peace to offer a woman, he would have started out by saying, ma'am, Miss Ellie, I understand your opinion. Yes, I know there's because there's a lot of coffee and fuck niggas out there. It's a lot of come to my basement and fuck niggas out there. So you don't want to admit, because you're trying to defend all men. And the way you're defending all men is that you want to attack what she's saying by degrading her and saying that this is the type of woman or this is the type of women that we talking about. No, she's not the type of woman you're talking about. She has her own money. She has her own thing. She maintains herself. So she's not a gold digger. Right? She has set her standards to where if you give me what I give me. If I'm not going to take myself out to coffee, then why would I allow you to take myself out for coffee? And she has a legitimate beef there. I will take myself out I wouldn't go sitting, I'll go sit in Starbucks with my sister. You know what I'm saying? We just want to, we've been shopping or something. And, it's like, hey, here's Starbucks. Let's sit down and have some coffee and a little conversation with my sister. Or I will take myself to Starbucks after I've been shopping, or go through the drive-through, and get some coffee from Starbucks. But, I don't sit in a whole lot of places anyway nowadays. It's not safe. So, anyway. With that being said, he's that coffee and fuck nigga. She ain't having it. See, the number one thing. Let me explain something really quick. Let me tell you how the takedown of any woman starts. Right. The takedown of a woman by a man starts with him devaluing her opinion, or devaluing her standards. See, this is called the initial attempts to break her down, right? And so first of all, you dismiss what she's saying. You dismiss her opinions. You dismiss the standards that she set, because the next phase is to now talk to her like she's shit. Continue to say women like her ain't shit, and to attack her self-esteem, to attack her emotionally, so that she lowers her standards, even just for this conversation that they're having right here, even just for this panel, because he wants to show other men tactics on how to break a strong woman down. But if the woman is truly strong, you're not breaking her down. I don't give a damn what you do, what you say, how you say it, what basement you in, what your name is on YouTube, how you look, how much money you have. If she's a strong woman, she will not be broken down. Sorry, boo-boo, right? But this is the initial phase of a takedown, and she understands this. So her force fields went up immediately. Soon as he started saying, oh, well, now, see, this is, because she was hearing it anyway. Oh, that's a lie. I heard it. He started out with, that's a lie. You understand what I'm saying? So she was like, okay. She was like on Star Trek, ready them force fields. She was like, ready them force fields. And then as soon as he got his opportunity to talk, he took a shot at her. She was like, shields up. No, motherfucker. No. You're not getting past this force field. I don't give a damn. You're not doing a takedown today. Okay. So it became a battle of the sexes. It became a battle of Miss Ali and Hink. And Hink lost. Because he's not coming from a place of honesty. He's not coming from a place of truth. He's not coming from a place of what he knows to be true. And the coffee date is let's get together and see if we want to fuck. That's what it is. And it's also, I don't think you're worth a whole lot for me to spend on just to get in your drawers. And not saying that a man has to spend money on you to get into your drawers. That's not true. But like us women always say, we know from the moment that we see you if we're going to have sex with you or not. So it doesn't matter how much money you're spending. It doesn't matter where you take me. It doesn't matter what kind of car you drive. It doesn't matter what kind of clothes you got on. It doesn't matter how fine and handsome or pretty you are. It doesn't matter what comes out of your mouth. If when we see you and after we talk to you, we already know whether we're going to sleep with you or not. So stop thinking you got so much game, because you don't. And then when you get a woman alone and your goal is to have sex with her, and her goal is not to have sex with you, it does not matter how much you rub on her, how much you touch on her, how much you kiss on her, how much you tell her she's beautiful, how much you tell her she smells good, how much you tell her cues is cute, how much you tell her she looks good tonight. If she ain't got it in her head to have sex with you, you're not having sex, boo. I'm sorry. You know, she might need to do a little bit more evaluating of you and see what's going on. And any guy that really, tries to have sex with you the first time you see them, and he hasn't even got confirmation that this is what you want to come here for, he's a damn fool. And then if he gets you and he can't break you down, it's not that your game is weak. It's not that you don't have that mouthpiece. It's not that you don't look good enough. It's not that you don't have enough money. It's just that, hey, we're not feeling you like that. Hink is not a bad looking dude. Okay? But when he opens his mouth, he looks very disgusting. It's very ugly. Sorry, boo, very ugly. And I know sometimes when I open my mouth, I look beautiful. I can put myself together. I clean up well. But I know sometimes as soon as I open my mouth, a nigga be like, oh, hell no, that's one of them Black Power bitches. Or that's one of them, you know what I'm saying, Cynthia G type bitches. Or that's that's one of them gladiator bitches. I've been called a gladiator before. That's how I know the man's definition of a gladiator, because I don't know. I guess I'm a gladiator to some men, right? So I know sometimes when I open my mouth, I turn people off, and I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that. So I think the dialogue with men needs to change. It needs to be more self-esteem building. See, these men, they think they know so much about women, but you don't. So just take this one thing I said. If when a woman sees you, she already knows whether she's going to have sex with you or not. Right? So it's nothing you did. It's no fault of yours. And this is some of the dialogue that these men need to be having. And she just ain't feeling you, right? But that's still even hurt and attack on your self-esteem. But anyway, let's continue on.
An example right there. Talk about the sign language. Yeah, it's all right in her. It's all right there. So you're an example type of woman I teach my son. So you're good for the network. You're good for the program. You're good for the world, because you're the example I use. You're the type of woman who's fake as hell, who walks in a lie, who lives a lie.
Fake. You don't know.
See how he called her fake? Those are the initial stages of a takedown. You know what I'm saying? Oh, start calling her names. Did she call him names? She didn't call him not one name. She didn't say anything bad about him. She just simply gave her opinion about how she feels some men move. And a lot of times you can always tell that that's the man you talking about. That's it. She didn't even have to say nothing. She didn't even have to come at him foul, because as soon as he opened his mouth, she already knew, oh, this the nigga right here I'm talking about. He just don't know I know. So all this shit he about to say out of his mouth, it's only because he's the nigga that I'm talking about. But she's not the woman that they're talking about. But with his lies and him trying to take her down, this is what he wants to lead with, because he's self-conscious about being a coffee and fuck nigga.
From a can of
No, let's not throw shots.
Listen, let me tell you something, mister. You sound like a bitter Kevin Samuels. You must be a Kevin. You Kevin Samuel Jr., huh? You want to degrade black women, because I am a black woman, and you don't know me from a can of paint. You don't know me from a can of paint, but you want to sit and categorize me as some gold digger.
And again, no man is going to know that.
Boy, you should go to hell.
No. How about y'all
Go
let
to
me finish?
hell.
I had the
How about
floor.
you go to hell?
Just go ahead and speak.
Before she started interrupting, I had the
I'm
floor.
gonna interrupt this
Hey,
ignorant shit, because you're not about to sit and degrade me.
When you was spewing your mess, I didn't
I
interrupt
didn't spew shit against you, boy. I don't even know you. You ain't no sweetheart.
I know
You
what
acting like a boy, because let me tell you why. A grown man would never sit and degrade a black woman, and knowing that she's double marginalized more than you. A black man would never. I talk about nobody. I said a man that's approaching me. That's not you. See, you didn't like.
And see, he didn't even listen to what she said. She said in the beginning, she said, when a man is, basically what she said was, when a man is putting he don't have it right now, he's putting his paper away. She'll say, okay, well, you saved about this much. Okay, now, let's go, now we can go shopping to the Gucci store and splurge a little bit now that you've got a little money put away. A gold digger wouldn't say that. A gold digger would be like, okay, no, let's go now. He's telling her, obviously they're having a discussion about his finances. So he's telling her, my money is funny, and, I got probably about this X amount. And she's like, oh, well, I understand that you'll get more. But I really saw this purse that I wanted, and, could you get it for me? And, don't worry about, your finances, we'll get them to, that's a gold digger. The gold digger is the one that don't give a shit about your finances, don't give a shit where you are financially. She's only thinking about herself and her wants and you know what I'm saying, what she wants you to do for her. So no, she is not the one. She's not a gold digger. I don't even see her as a gold digger because she got too much of her own shit. So why is she digging for gold when she got gold sitting right in her own pockets, in her own environment, in her own life? But this has nothing to do with being a gold digger. And see, when you get on these panels with these men, they're not on there for the topic of discussion. They're on there to see who the strongest woman is that they can take down. See, it's a display of their masculinity. It's an attempt to display their masculinity. It's an attempt to make every woman bow down to nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or just bow down to the fact that they're a man. Stay off these panels. I mean, if you want it for the exposure, then by all means, but just know that you're going to be disrespected. You're going to be devalued. You're going to be degraded. He's going to try to take your power away from you as a beautiful woman. He's going to try to paint a picture of you in a bad light so that when people do recognize you for being on this popular show, they're going to revert back to what he said about you, and they're going to treat you according to what he said about you, right? So what he's doing is, since this woman is so powerful and standing in her own womanhood and her own power and her own financial status, he wants to paint her in a bad light so that it ruins her chances for the future. Right? But let me tell you what it only ruins. It ruins her chances of getting a misogynistic male in her life that wants to take her down. So thank him, honey. You know, thank him, because you're going to recognize when these types of men approach you. And instead of them taking you down, you're going to take them down, right? Because let me tell you something. When a man approaches you, he's approaching you with two goals, either to build you up or take you down. And you need to experience men like this. You need a powerful woman. If she hasn't already, she needs to experience men like this. And hopefully it only takes her experiencing one. You see, I'm gonna give this one to the men. I'm gonna give this one to the men. You have a lot of beautiful women out there who have never been who have never been degraded, right? Who have never had their views and opinions dismissed. You have they haven't ever been called a gold digger, right? And I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of times those are those coffee and fuck niggas. Because see, if a nigga wants to have sex with you, he's not going to degrade you. He's going to tell you everything that you want to hear to get into your pants. And when you're dealing with a beautiful woman, they know that that is one way to get there. To build their self-esteem up. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. You smell so good. You did this and that. And so, oh, he's a nice guy and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But as a beautiful woman, you need to come in contact with these these misogynistic males so that you can weed them out. I'm sure she already weeded him out, but I think she needed to hear that coming from him. You know what I'm saying? As beautiful women, we get wrapped up in our beauty. We get wrapped up in our bodies. We get wrapped up in the way we can financially support ourselves. You know, we do, because we're human. We do get, you know, a little self-centered, you know, every now and again, or, you know, some beautiful women are just plain self-centered. But this is where the takedown comes in. This is where you have men on the outside watching you for a while. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe the new guy on the job, or the new guy in your neighborhood on your block, or the new guy that moved next door to you, or the new guy from out of town. He notices you, and before he approaches you, he sits in the background and he watches you. You could be one of those women that every morning you stop off at the Starbucks down the street from your house. You don't do the drive-through. You go walk in and you order your coffee and your snacks, and then you leave. He's gonna be there in the background. You ain't gonna see him because he gonna hide somewhere where he can see the cash register. You know what I'm saying? But you can't see him. So he can see you, but you can't see him. And what he gonna do is every day that you come into Starbucks, or maybe every other day that you come into Starbucks, he gonna be there watching you. He gonna be looking at your hair. He gonna be looking at your makeup. He's gonna be looking at the kind of jewelry that you put on. He's gonna be looking at your clothes. He's gonna be looking at your shoes. And of course, he already knows what you drive, right? Lastly, he's gonna look at how articulate you are when you order your Starbucks coffee. He's gonna take note to what kind of coffees, because we don't just do one type of coffee at Starbucks. He's gonna be listening to what type of coffees you like, right? So as he's doing this, as he's watching you, he's coming up with his plan on how to take you down or how to build you up even more. And usually it's a takedown. You know what I'm saying? You're going to rarely find a man that wants to build you up even higher than you are. So 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a takedown, right? So on that fateful day, you come into Starbucks. He's not going to approach you inside of Starbucks. He's going to wait till you come out of Starbucks, or he's going to possibly follow you out of Starbucks, or he's going to act like he's just coming into Starbucks, right? He's going to say, oh my God, hi, how are you? You're so beautiful today, whatever the fuck it is, what kind of line he uses. And you know what I'm saying? He going to see if you're going to fall for it. You know what I'm saying? If you do and you give him your number, y'all exchange numbers or whatever, he's going to call you. He already has his plan in motion about how he's going to do a takedown. Right? And if you've never come in contact with Kevin Samuel follower or a Dennis Sperling follower, you're going to be taken down. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. First, your self-esteem goes. Then your looks go. Then your job goes. Right? This is what he's coming to take from you. He's not coming to add any value to your life. He's coming for a takedown, right? And then once he takes you down, he's going to discard you and move on to the next Starbucks, because this is what they do. They don't want to see any Black woman with power out here being successful, standing in their power, standing in their standards. You understand what I'm saying? This is the goal of Black men nowadays. Pay attention. If you don't take heed, you're going to be taken down. So, like I said, you need to come in contact with these men who are not drowning and basking in your beauty. It's a beautiful thing, because then you get to know what to look out for. And then you get to know if it's a takedown or if it's a buildup. And see, usually for me, if it's a takedown, I'm just going to fuck you and discard you first. I might fuck you a few times. Who knows? But I already know it's a takedown. So I'm gonna get what I came for, which is the D. I suspect nothing else. You understand what I'm saying? If I feel, like I said, 9 times out of 10, when a man approaches you, it's for 2 reasons. It's a build up or it's a takedown. And 9 times out of 10, it's a takedown. So anyway, let's continue.
Black find me beautiful, you wouldn't care. You would not give a fuck on what I say about another man who's approaching me. Because you know why you care? Because you know I'm beautiful, and you know you like, oh, I can't have a woman like that because I don't have the money to afford her. That's okay. If you can't provide, that's okay. That's okay. I get it.
First of all, you're not my
You can't
type.
provide. You can't provide. That's why I'm not
Oh, I
your type.
can.
Okay,
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Ali,
I'm provide for trash.
let's just let him finish.
Guys.
We'll let
I'm
you.
provide for trash.
Yeah, it seems like you're trash. You're the one who's insulting black women. You're insulting black women. So you're the trash. Okay.
I'm for trash, so I don't need you.
Mute. You gotta mute somebody. But that's why you're by yourself.
With H&R Block, tax season feels just as good as...
I'm sorry, y'all, but you see how he called her trash? She's far from it. But, you know, usually people, you know what I'm saying, they put on you what they think of themselves. And right now, he might just be in a trashy situation. You know what I'm saying? You never know. So misery loves company.
That's why you're by yourself. Hey, that's why you're alone. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're not married. You can't be a married man talking like that. You're a single.
All right, guys. Come on. We gotta get back.
Okay, you got
Can I say what I need to say?
right now. I'm
No, you don't stand that
Hold on.
ignorant
Ali,
shit.
hold on.
Ali,
Fuck you.
chill, y'all. I'm gonna let you finish, but try to do it without directly
Trying to insult another black woman.
Just
that ain't what you ain't
speak
gonna
your
do.
piece on what you didn't like about what she was
But did
saying.
you hear what her stipulations without insulting another black?
So you guys, I'm going to fast forward. I'm going to fast forward to when Anton came on and supposedly kicked her off. Because he didn't kick her off. She was already making her exit. So it's not like she was in the middle of arguing with him and then he just, no. She was already making her exit. She was already at the door. So I'm going to fast forward to when he came on the panel, because all they did was a back and forth, he listening to her, she not listening to him. And I want to get to Anton's part because I have something to say about the confrontation between those two.
It's not like going to Starbucks. They're nice coffee shops.
Well, am I allowed to talk
Anton
about it?
now.
Am I allowed to finish? Am I allowed to address what I was starting
Hey,
to speak
but
on?
address it, but don't point it.
No, stop. Don't stop telling me what to do, Kurt.
I'm saying no. That's
No.
all
Stop telling
I'm
me what to
saying.
do. You don't do that, ma'am.
I'm not
I don't
telling
tell you what to
I
say.
said,
No,
she's
no,
asking you.
Hey,
She's
hey,
asking a question.
You didn't ask me.
Hold on. We're gonna give Hank the floor. We're not gonna let not one woman interrupt him while he's talking. And then when he gets done talking, then y'all can respond. And when y'all respond, I'm gonna need y'all to not insulting because it's disrespectful.
Anton, he was disrespecting me and insulting me. He said that I'm a gold digger, I'm this, and I
Hold
mean he could
on,
stay
Hold
away
on,
from me.
hold on, Hank. Go ahead.
See? I said he's insulted me this whole entire life. And he's been targeting me. I haven't said nothing about this man. So you need to direct that towards him. Curves is taking up for me because she feel like he's attacking me.
Wait. Here's the thing. If he's attacking you, how do you handle it, right? Because you a grown woman.
And he a grown man.
But hear me out, right?
This is a patriarch where men run things, right?
So you're gonna overtalk me and I ain't show you nothing but respect.
Now you see what I had to deal
Hold
with.
on, Hank. So you're gonna overtalk me and I'm just having a conversation?
No, I'm not trying to overtalk you. I'm interjecting because you're saying that I'm a woman. I need to have more grace when he's sitting here verbally attacking me. And I feel like you're not addressing that. Where is his?
So at what point in history, from any woman specifically, right? Because if you understand him as a man, then you also understand how to handle him. At what point in any point in history has a woman been able to be successful?
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all can go hear that. Y'all can go hear that. But this is what I don't like about what Anton did, right? He also did, let me start here. He also did a video on, he also did some commentary on this. And from what I can tell from the video that he did, he didn't even know what went on. He was not there for the beginning of the confrontation. He didn't know what was being said. He just immediately jumped on the panel and started going at Miss Ali. Right? Now, he came on with a I'm gonna check this behavior type of attitude. And she was trying to be respectful of him, giving him that respect as a co-host of the Lapeef Network. However, she wasn't having it from him either. Like, okay, I'm not going to be as aggressive with you as I was with Hink. However, those standards, values, and this self-esteem still stands. I'm not going to lower it for you either. Right? Now, what I didn't like, okay, take this situation, for example, because I'm going to explain this situation when a Black man so-called comes to, or is supposed to be coming to a woman's aid, right? I could tell she had never been talked to like this before in such a manner, right? Because you can look at her demeanor and her facial expressions and just the dimming of her light. I saw all of that in her face, in her body aura, right? Her light was dimmed. And like I said, she should take that as a lesson, as a learning lesson, learning experience, right? Because these men out here, these Black men out here, they're vicious, right? They're vicious. And when you're standing in your truth, your entire truth as a woman, you know how to not let these men dim your light like that. Now, one of the aspects of standing in your truth is to include this type of male behavior in it, right? Because a lot of times it makes you evaluate, it makes you self-evaluate, and it makes you evaluate the people around you and how they really feel about you and what they really think about you, right? And what I mean by that is you may have this person coming up to you every day smiling and saying hello to you. But being that you know the hate that came from this encounter with this man, you'll be able to see through that bullshit, right? It brings you to a different level of life. It brings you to a different people level, okay? So this is what I mean by I can tell that her light was dimmed and that no man had ever really talked to her like that. Because see, a lot of times too, when you're on Instagram and you're posting pictures of yourself and you're standing in your womanhood and you're standing in your glory and you're standing in your beauty, a lot of men stand with you. You know, they DM you, tell you how beautiful you are. But like I said, those coffee and fuck niggas, right? Those ones that's going to tell you what you want to hear to get in your drawers, right? Now, back to Anton. Take this situation, for example. This is what I saw. I saw a lamb, because right now she's she's half lioness and she's half lamb, right? She's going back and forth to lamb and lion, between lamb and lion, right? And this man right here, he's standing in his lion form. He's not going back and forth from lion to I don't know, hyena. He's not going from lion to less vicious animal. He's standing in his lionhood, right? So imagine them outside in the woods. And she's using her power as a lioness to keep him at bay. And he's attacking and he's roaring at her and he's roaring at her and she's roaring back and she's roaring back. And then he just gives this roar that kind of makes her stuck and go to her lamb, her lambhood, right? And as she's in her lambhood, here comes another lion, Anton. He runs up on the scene. And he don't know why these two lions are fighting. Right now, he doesn't see her in her lamb. He sees her as a lioness. So he sees lioness going up against lion. And so, and then when she turns from Hink the lion and turns to Anton the lion, when she turns to him, she's in her lambhood. Right? She's a lamb now when she's talking to Anton. And so what Anton is doing, what he is supposed to do in this situation, he is supposed to back the lion up first. He's supposed to back the other lion up. Because if he's coming to the aid of a lamb, he's supposed to, and of course we don't like what you know what I mean. He's supposed to back the lion up first, run him off, and then have the conversation with the lamb and say, "Hey, what happened? What's going on? You know, he has not removed the threat from this woman yet, right? So that's just like he's trying to wrestle her out of she's already in the lion's mouth and he's trying to wrestle her out. And the lion is there. Can't do that. You got to back the lion up first. Then you got to ask the lamb what's going on. Right. So with that being said, like I said, he did commentary on that and come to find out he didn't even hear the confrontation. So he immediately came in as another lion trying to take down this lamb because he felt like she was being disrespectful as a woman, not as a person with feelings that has just been called trash by this man, right? Some comments and some derogatory terms that really hit hard to a woman that has never experienced that type of garbage coming out of a man's mouth towards her. Right? I can see it. I see it's all in her face. It's all over her. I see it. So that's what kind of ticked me off about Anton and what he did. He came at her as if she was his wife. Or he came at her as if you're a woman, you stay in a woman's place. You're out of place. So irregardless that this man just calls you a gold digger and trash, irregardless that he calls you a liar, you're out of a woman's place. And see, a woman that is in her power, she's like, hold up. Matter of fact, I'm not going hunting for your ass tonight. Because see, the lionesses are the ones that do the hunting. And then these lazy ass lions come in and start want to eat before her. So she's like, fuck all this. I'm not even hunting for you niggas tonight. Y'all hunt your damn self or fucking starve. Right? And that was her exit. So it wasn't that he kicked her off the show. She was already making her exit, but I think she took a little bit too long to do it. I don't know her reason for being there, but see, a bitch like me would have been like, click. Lapeef, peace, I'm out. Click. See, you don't give these misogynistic men room to bomb on you first when things are going bad. You bomb first, especially as the woman. You don't let a man hit you first, boo, because it hit you first, it's gonna be like, oh, he knocked her the fuck out and you ain't got no lick in. Luckily, she was already getting ready to click off the lies. She just didn't do it fast enough. Miss Ali, move a little bit faster. When you're feeling disrespected, the moment you feel disrespected, X yourself out. Fuck what Hank had to say. Fuck what he was gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Just by you getting off what you said and hanging up, he gonna be talking to himself. And then let him go on into, then you let him go on into, yeah, see, that's the kind of, yeah, I know she ran and she this and she that. Okay, say what you want to say. But now you're talking to yourself and it's all about me. Right? It's all about me. So let it be all about you. Let him continue to display his misogynistic views and behaviors and speech. And you go on your business. And, you know, next time, if you make amends with the show and you decide you want to come on, it's going to be, and you find out he's going to be on the panel. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I'd show up. I'd show up and show out. You understand what I'm saying? But Anton didn't understand that she was wounded. She was wounded. And as a host or a co-host of a show, he was supposed to put both of them in check at the same time. Listen, he could have started with her. He could have started with Hank, whatever. The way he did it and what was coming out of his mouth and his attitude and behavior towards her, like as if she was his wife or if she was his daughter. But it was really, you're nothing but a woman. And regardless of what he said to you, you need to stay in your place. That's what I kind of felt. And that's what I didn't like. And see, the problem with these Black men nowadays, with all this Kevin Samuels bullshit and all this Dennis Sperling bullshit and all this Red Supreme TV One bullshit, and all these other misogynistic content creators out here that don't give a fuck about a woman. This is their views of women. Fuck what you gotta say. Fuck your money. Fuck your kids. Fuck everything about you. You're nothing. You're a woman. And all you Black bitches need to bow down to us men who own nothing, run nothing, build nothing, know nothing type of men. So in this day and age, at this point in time, and I really don't see it changing anytime soon, when a Black man approaches you, it's really for one reason. It's a takedown. Anyway, it's Beat with the B Code, and I'm going to end this here. And hopefully you ladies understand what I'm saying. I didn't, my intentions were not to be derogatory towards any woman on this panel. It was only my intentions of bringing to light what is seen about you from the outside. I have no doubt in my mind that the 4 ladies that I described on this panel are beautiful, powerful, stand in their standards, even if it is a coffee and fuck session. I just dug a little bit into your features just to bring to light how Hank was not intimidated by them. But he was intimidated by Miss Ali and her features and her accomplishments, however great or small they are. So anyway, you guys, I love the Lapeef Show. Go check him out. Go check them out. Anton, I still love you, but I think, when you're doing a show as a host or co-host, you need to be fair, irregardless of how you feel about women, or how you feel what place they should be in, or how you feel how out of place they are. You as a co-host, you need to be fair when you're dealing with people on your panel. Anyway, love you guys. I'm out.